What's up? It is now time to play some Streetball Quest. This is just a little scenario for us here. We're going to be jumping into a game that I've already started and I'm kind of experimenting with, but it's going to give you a feel for when you get further into the game. It's not quite in-game, but it's kind of right in the middle. So here we go. We have, of course, the player card here with our main guy, Tayon Shepard here. He's got some default stats going on. We are going up against Kadera Billingsley. I have defeated the first two opponents, and she is the third opponent, so I'm going to be facing her. I am up to level 3 now, and my rep is to 2. I can get it to 3. Well, I guess maybe it's 3 now, and then if I beat her, it goes to 4, and if I win, it goes to 5, which allows me to enter the Hooptagon. So what I have here is the 2 items that I've acquired. This is the stack of items that I would pull from if I find any items or if I get encounters. This is the items that I already have. So I could potentially use these at any time. I can use this right now. I don't want to use these because it's going to cause me, both of these are like drugs basically. They're going to cause me to have to take a flaw of some kind. The flaws are right here. The encounters are here, which we will actually do the encounter step first. And then I have my perks right here. These are perks that I have gotten along the way. This one has been huge for my particular build, and it has changed the entire way that I played. I can talk about that here in a sec. And here's some extra perks that I have not unlocked yet. These are some extra cards, basketball maneuvers. I'll shuffle these if I do the drawing steps so I don't, get one. But for example, mesmerizing layup. They are basketball moves. Now I gotta shuffle these, so I don't know if I'm getting that one when I level up or not. And then of course I have my credits, my actual deck. I wanted to show these. These are 2 cards that I have acquired along my journey. These cards were actually clutch. So this particular run that I'm on is actually great because I was able to get, you can see that I have a high intellect stat right here. I wanted to rely on my intellect stat because my cool stat was so high. I tried to experiment with like a high cool build, which makes it harder to win matches but easier to win encounters. So I have that intellect that I've gotten up, which makes smart defense awesome, and then it also allows me to use my intellect here as well. But we'll get into that here in just a second. So before I actually play a match, I've got to do the encounters. I have defeated the first 2 opponents, and now I'm on my way to face the third opponent, Kadera. So the way that I do that is I would take 2 cards here. I would draw the encounter cards. I would draw 2 of them right there off the top of the pile here. And then I'm going to reveal one. I reveal either one, but I'm going to go with the one on the right here. We got a random person. This is my first card that I flipped over, so I'm going to go with the 1 here. And I talked to Odra Sear Banks in Sector 3. He says, hey man, I've got an investment opportunity for you. If I've got a cool of at least 7, he invests in me. He invests in you, gain 20 credits. So I could gain 20 credits here. Let's see if anything else happens. Less than 7 intellect. I do not have that actually. Less than 5, lose 30. So this is kind of one of the encounters that is beneficial to me based on my build. So if you get at least a 7 or an 8 in cool, it's going to come in really handy for stuff like this. And if I would have had any less cool or any less intelligence, I would have actually lost money, you see, for this particular card right here. Now, I could reveal this one and forego this whole first step and then do the second one on that, but since that's such a great outcome, I'm going to keep it right there. Now I've got my other credits over here, so I'll take those 2 extra credits. The credits go by 10s, so if I get 20, I just got 2 extra credits there. Alright, and then I have to do at least 1 more encounter, so let's go ahead and do another one. I take these, and I will not look at this one. I'll put that under there, and I'll set them off to the side here, and I will go under this big stack. So I'm going to draw 2 more. Actually, they wouldn't go under this big stack. they're gonna go off to themselves, and when you get through them all, you shuffle them, and that's part of the game as well. So I'm gonna go with this one again. That seemed like good luck, so I'm gonna go with the second one. Look at that, it is good luck apparently. You're able to stop by a corner store, spend some credit, or get out. The hospitality is impeccable. So I've got some options here. These are all great options. I'm not usually getting this lucky. As you can see, I'm down to 6 HP, so this is great. I could pay to heal. I got plenty of credits. I could pay to heal. I could pay to remove any card. I've actually had the opportunity to remove a card already. I removed this Take It Up Strong card. I just did not need it, and so I already did that. So I don't think I need to remove a card. I could draw 2 items, buy one of them, discard the items to the bottom of the pile if you don't buy them. So let's try that. I've got so much money. I want to see if I can get a really good item here. So I'm going to draw the top 2 items. And we have a first aid pack and a milkshake. Let's see. I can buy one of them. A first aid pack is good. It gets rid of an injury flaw, which I don't think I have any injury flaws. I'm going to go ahead and look through my deck because I haven't yet. I'm going to look through my deck. If I have an injury flaw, I might as well get rid of that. See, I do not have that. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these since I looked at them. And I'm also going to shuffle in Smart Defense and Smart Drive. I'm going to shuffle those in since we already looked at those. I'm a terrible shuffler. Like, seriously the worst. Okay, now my deck is here. It's fine. I can add one of these to my stash. Honestly, this sounds weird, but I'm going to go with a milkshake. Since I have, like, no flaws right now, I'm going to, it says, discard the items to the bottom of the pile if you don't buy them. So I'm kind of maybe shooting myself in the foot, but I know that somebody in an encounter wants a milkshake, and there's a decent reward for that. So I'm going to just keep a milkshake in my inventory, and I'm maxed out at 3 things. I'm going to keep that milkshake just in case I run into the girl who wants a milkshake. And then for the sake of... wait, I had to buy that milkshake tonight. That was 10 credits. Okay. So 10 credits back over there. So I bought the milkshake with my credits. I still have a ton of credits. So I'm doing so good. I have so many credits, even though I'm, only at 6 HP. I'm going to go ahead and do a 3rd encounter. You can do a 3rd encounter. What this will do is, obviously I'm risking a bad situation, but I'm also allowing myself to get through the encounters deck quicker, so that once I get through them all, I can shuffle them again, do them again, but then that allows me to level up once again. So honestly, this is the whole deck. I think I'm further than that, but I put away the game and got it back out, so I'm probably should be leveling up right now, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to let's do this second one again. Okay, see, here's my problem. Corporate Patrol. You find a way, or it says find a way through or lose 8 HP and take an injury flaw. Now my cool is 7, so I can actually talk my way out of it. I can also distract him and run away. I think I've got enough agility and intellect for that. Or I could pay and get through. If I were to flip this and get the same thing, I would have enough to pay 60. Right, I've got 3. So I'm going to go ahead and risk it just so you can see what's going on here. I risk it. Yeah, see, I thought so. I was getting lucky at first, but now not so much. So I'm going to have to end up doing... See, now we're at the number 2. I can't talk my way out of it. I've only got 7 cool. I can't trick them into letting me buy. I've only got 7 intellect, which is actually high, but it's still not 8. And then I got to pay the 60. So luckily I had the 60. Now I'm down to just 20 credits. And I got 2 of these out of the way, so that's actually great for my next encounter. So I'm going to set those over on the already encountered encounter pile. And then we can go ahead and go up against our opponent, Kadera. Alright, so to start things off, I'm going to shuffle one more time, even though I already shuffled. I'm just going to do a lot of shuffling here. I'm going to remember that I can raise all non-dunk and non-jump shot scoring card stats by 1 when using them to score. So anything in here that's not a dunk and not a, jump shot, I can use, I can add 1 to their effectiveness, which we'll get into in here in a sec. And then defensive rating for me, instead of the default here, which would be 12 based on my 5 agility plus 7 intellect. That's 12. 5 plus 7 is 12, I'm pretty sure. And then instead of doing that, I can actually double my intellect. I could double my intellect, and that's going to be 14 instead. So this perk is basically a great perk if you have a high intellect build, which I do. So I've really invested in the intellect stat, and then I've chosen perks accordingly that are going to help with that. This perk actually has a required level of 2 and a required rhythm of 5. And see, rhythm is my other skill that I've invested in as well. I'm kind of a craftier player here. I don't have a lot of explosiveness. I don't have a ton of agility, and I'm not the best shooter ever. I've only got the 5 there, and then vigor and toughness. I'm just a skinny guy apparently. I don't have either one, but I'm cool. So cool is not going to help me at all when I start doing this, but all these other things, they will, especially my synergies here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, well, I guess I could walk through the nice little card here that I have. During your turn. During your turn. So what I'm going to do is roll for the opponent and adjust values accordingly before I do anything else. And that's this. I have the D3 here, and I'm rolling for Kadera, so I'm going to roll it off over there. And I promise you that was a 2. This is actually terrible for me. A 2 is going to cause her to gain efficiency. Her efficiency's down here. It's a +3, so she's going to be working with 14 efficiency. We'll remember that later. She's also going to be doing 4 damage to me, which is also horrible news. So now the next step here, I'm going to draw the hand of 5 cards out of my deck here. Go 1, let's get these over. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm thinking protect your neck is something I must do because she's doing 4 damage output to me. That's not great. So when it says right here, play your cards and adjust values accordingly, I'm going to play these cards. I've got 3 AP to spend. Got the 3 AP right here. I don't usually adjust this. I kind of leave it at 3. There is a way to gain more to start out as your default each turn. I'm not going to be able to do that this run, I don't think, but you can increase your action points. And then you can track them each turn, but I kind of just remember that there's 3. So first things first, I'm going to play Smart Defense. That's a 0 cost, does not cost me any AP, and that allows me to add half of my intellect to my defensive rating. So if you see the defense symbol, you go to your defensive rating. So I can add half of my intellect, which is 7. So half of 7 is 3, but you always round up, so that's really going to be 4. You're always going to round up whether you're using a card that says that in this type of way, or if you're halving something in any way with your cards, you always round up. So we're going to add 4. That's great for me. I'm up to an 18 now on defense, which is awesome because she's already putting out a lot of efficiency with this attempt here. I'm also going to protect my neck. That's going to give me +1 defensive rating up to 19 now. But most importantly, that's going to put me at 3 damage resistance. And you'll notice that none of my cards here are like worn items that are equipped. I don't have any kind of damage resistance right now. I have to just get lucky and protect my neck whenever I see a card like that, if she's doing a lot of damage. And she does do a lot of damage. She's got 2 options that are going to do 4 damage here. So I got to be smart. Now, I just have scoring cards. I'm left with only scoring cards. You can see here it says attempt to score, which ends your turn. So even though I've only spent 1 AP, I can only spend 1 more AP, and I'm basically letting 1 go because of my hand. I got a bad hand. Now, I got a decent hand because I'm able to not almost die here. So I'm definitely going to do the floater because I'm smart. I'm intellectual. And that's going to allow me to reduce the opponent's defensive rating by the number of my eye here, my intellect. So 7. And it's a non-damage dunk and non-jump shot scoring card, so I can actually do 8. So it's telling me to do 7. Actually, it's telling me to do 7 plus 1. So I got 7. It's saying that plus 1. And then, oh wait, actually that's plus 1 to my defensive rating. Okay, so I'm going to plus 1 my defensive rating, and I'm going to forget that, but I have the intellect plus 1 because of my perk. So that's going to make 8. So I'm going to take Kadera's defensive rating here, and I'm going to subtract 8. And since I'm bad at math, I think we're going to end up with 7, but here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's down to 7, and I've got no other options. These are the 3 cards that I've played right here. So I'm going to take these ones that I didn't play. I'm going to set them here. This is now my discard pile. I'm going to roll for my attempt to score first, because I'm going first, essentially. I have the ball first, which is why I can set the ball right here to remind myself. But you always go first, and your opponent always goes second. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I have to get at least a 7. The 7 here means I need to roll at least a 7. If I roll a 7, 8, 9, 10, I score. So I'm on this step here. We've already determined the scoring window, which is 7. I'm going to roll for my scoring attempt, step 5 here. So I'm going to roll, and I got it's a 9. That is a huge win. I'm going to be on the board now. We will see what happens here. So we can also deduct anything here. So we're actually going to need to deduct 1 point. So I had 3, 2, 1. She did 4. So I'm actually down to 5 HP now, which that's not great. And then we're going to roll for the opponent, and her scoring window is going to be her efficiency, which is 11 plus 3. We can tell right here. The 11 down here, the plus 3 because we rolled the 2. So that's going to make 14. So I'm going to take my defensive rating, which is 20, and then I'm going to subtract 14 from that defensive rating. So 20 minus 14 is actually 6. So it stops at 7. I'm probably going to raise that. So a 6, that means when I roll for Kadera right now, if I roll at least a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, she's going to score. So I'm hoping she rolls a 5 or less. And it's actually a 3. So I got lucky. I did have the bigger scoring window potential, but still got lucky. And now it is time for another turn. So I'm going to discard all these into my discard pile. I'm going to re-roll for her. We're going to start the whole cycle over again. So now we're going to get moving here. We've got a 3 this time. This is great news. She's going to lose 1 defensive rating. Boom, she's down to 14. She's also going to lose 1 efficiency, so we'll keep that in mind later. My damage resistance is going to reset. My defensive rating is going to reset to double this, which is 14. All that stays. My HP is fine. I'm back at 3 here, and I can draw my 5 cards. Let's see. Get back on E. Crossover. Protect your neck. And Smart Drive. Wow. Another terrible hand. Well, I guess we can potentially draw another card with yes. I can potentially draw another card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what a crossover does. We're going to do a crossover. That's going to reduce the opponent's defensive rating by rhythm minus 3. So my rhythm minus 3 is 3. So this is my rhythm at 6. Rhythm minus 3 is 3. So 1, 2, 3. She's down to 11, and I get to draw 1 card. We're hoping this is a shot. Aha, it's a layup. So now I can actually shoot the ball with a decent level of efficiency this turn. If I wouldn't have had this card, I would have had to jack up a shot, quote unquote, and that just means I'm shooting without reducing any further the opponent's defense. So basically I'd be well guarded, and I would just be jacking up a shot, and it's probably not going to go in. I'd probably have to roll a 10 just to score, which is possible, but not likely. So I've used 1 AP here with crossover. I'm going to go with Smart Drive. That's going to be a free, no AP usage. So half of my intellect, which rounded up is 4, is going to be reduced here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's looking really good. That's already at a 7. So let's see. I've used 1 AP. I've got 2 more AP. So I can either protect my neck or get back on D. I'm going to get back on D. And that's going to add +3 here. So I'm going to be up to 17. And I won't need these cards. I'll go ahead and discard them. And then for the final card of this turn, I'm going to do a finesse layup. And that is going to allow me to reduce my opponent's defensive rating by my number of agility, which is 5. But if I factor in creative scorer, this is a non-dunk and a non-jump shot card. It's a layup. So that's pretty lucky. It's going to give me an extra 1. So instead of 5, it's going to be 6. So I can reduce her all the way down to 1, which is awesome because it doesn't matter what I roll. Boom. A 4. It counts. I'm scoring no matter what. So I can score without rolling, even though I just rolled. I just scored without rolling because you can only roll 1 through 10. So I completely crossed her over and made her fall down or whatever. It's basically a free shot. So I just got a free shot and scored. And then we remember over here that she has -1 efficiency this time. So my 17 is going to get docked by 10. I'm going to be down to 7. That's going to give her a chance to score if she rolls at least a 7. Here we go. And it is a 4. Wow, I am getting way luckier than last time. So she does not score, and I have 2 now. So I'm going to discard these. And what I now need to do is completely shuffle these. Complete shuffleage. Are these good? I don't know. Are these good cards right here? We're going to see. Okay, shuffled. We're back here. We're rolling to see what Kadera's going to do this time. Now a 1. Oh, cool. We're getting some variety. We've gotten all 3. Although that's not good for me. She's going to get a +2. She's up to 17. And she's going to do 4 damage on me this time. Let's hope I can protect my neck because I only have 5 HP. I suppose I could do one of these. I could eat the milkshake, but I want to save the milkshake. I'm not gonna drink the milkshake. I'm going to save the milkshake. Okay, so now I'm going to reset my defensive rating. And everything's good. Reset my action points there. Okay, I'm drawing my 5 cards. Smart floater, that's a good one. Protect your neck, that's a good one. Smart defense, that's a good one. Protect your neck again. And get back on D. Okay. The 0 cost card is king right here. I'm going to add half, which is 4, half my intelligence. So 4 now. I've got 18, which is already a good start here. I still have my 3 HP. Why don't I do this again, even though I'm going to end up taking 1 damage if I don't play this one also. Although, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to give myself the +3 damage resistance. And I'm going to go ahead and tack on another +3 damage resistance. So I'm going to evade all of that damage. I'm also going to get +2 here. So I'm up to 20. So she doesn't have a huge chance to score on me still. So I use 2 AP. I'm going to use my last action point to do a smart floater. Discard there. Smart floater is awesome. It's going to give me +1 here. And then it is also going to... what else is it going to do? Yeah, I'm going to reduce her action points, or I'm going to reduce her defense by this number +1. So that's going to be 8. So I'm going to go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dang, she's still at a 9. Okay, I didn't really do a lot of offense, so I have to roll a 9 just to score. I could also roll a 10. So here we go. Okay, a 4, I did not score. All right, but good news, she's probably not going to score either. So I'm going to discard here, and we are going to take just her default 11, and we're going to subtract that from what I have, which is, I thought it was 20. Oh no, it was 21 because I used the smart floater. I guess it's a smart floater because you are able to be smart and get back on defense. So anyway, 21 minus 11 is 10. She's literally going to have to score a 10 just to score. And look at that. Don't say I'm not honest. I was playing great defense, and that 0 means 10. It's 10-sided dice. So, somehow she scores, even though I played the best defense ever. But it's how it is out here in the streets sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for her again. She's got a 1 once more. And here's my 5 cards. Hopefully some good ones. Crossover, okay. Kind of can predict the second hand after the first hand, but I was hoping to get crossover because then I can pull this one if I do a crossover. So let's do that crossover. But first let's add this. Let's put these back. So she's going to get +2 again. I'm going to be default at 14. I'm going to do a crossover, reduce by rhythm -3, which is 3 for me. So 1, 2, 3. And draw the card. Finesse layup. That's probably going to be my best bet. Yeah, the jump shot and the dunk are not going to factor in this, so I'm going to end up using this. But first, let's do a smart drive. Reduce opponent's defense by half of this, which is going to be 4. So 4, it's going to 14 minus 4. It's going to put her at 10. I've only spent 1 AP, so I'm going to spend another AP with getting back on D, which is going to get me from a 14 to a 17. I'm also going to not have any resistance here. So I'm about to take damage. And then for my shot, I'm going to use Finesse Layup, which is going to, with this perk, give me 5 + 1, 6 to reduce her with. All the way down to 4. That's a decent chance to score right there. We'll discard these. And I'm going to also take this 4 damage. I'm going to take this 4 damage. That is going to kick me down to literally 1. So hoping not to die, hoping to win before I die. I'm going to go ahead and roll to score. Gonna need a 4 here, at least. And it's a 10. Let's go. So I got that 10. I've scored. And I can discard these cards. I might actually get a quick win here. That would be good for the video. I don't want to drag it on. These are all going to shuffle in. Oh wait, I should probably see if she scores. Alright, so that's still shuffled for next turn, but I got to see if she scores. So we've got my 17 here. We're going to subtract 11 from that, and that is going to be, what, 17 minus 11? It's going to be 6. So she's got to roll at least a 6. And she rolls a 3. Okay, it's 1 to 3. I'm in a solid lead. I'm only playing to 5, by the way. I don't think I ever said that, but in the final game, it's probably going to be play to 5. So we're going to play to 5. We're going to roll for Kadera. Kadera gets a 1 again. I don't like this. I'm going to die. If I don't protect my neck, I will die. So that's great. We're going to shuffle these. I don't want to use my milkshake. Alright, here's my turns. Back on D, crossover, smart drive, get back on D. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to die if... Alright, let's try to not die here. Gain 2 HP. Alright, I'm going to take the 6-pack of craft beer. It actually does give me 2 HP. So I'm going to burn this to the bottom here. And it's going to make me get a throwed flaw card to my deck. So now we're introducing some flaws. I got to have throwed. And throwed, I'm throwed, cannot be played. Draw 7 or more cards if this card is in your hand. Remove this card after drawing it 3 times. Okay, so I'm throwed. This is a great mechanic, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to shuffle this into my deck. Unfortunately, that means I'm probably going to get it next turn anyway because I'm about to do crossover. So here we go. I'm throwed. But I do get the 2 HP. So get the 2 HP, and I'm also going to have to drink this milkshake and get bloated. So discard this card to gain 2 HP. Let's go ahead and gain the 2 HP. And add a bloated card to your deck. Alright, this is going to the very back. I'm getting a bloated card, which there's a lot of injuries right here because those happen the most, but then bloated. And bloated, play this card in a match to remove it from your deck. So I could that I don't want to do that, but I could get rid of it easily. And I'm going to shuffle it in. Oh man, this is a small deck to have this many flaws. I remember removing a card. I removed taking him strong earlier. Okay, so here's what's really going to happen. I'm going to see if I get a flaw here right now. I'm going to do a crossover. And let me reset her here. Let me reset me here. And should be all good. Notice I have not done any damage to her at all. I haven't even hardly moved her resistance or anything. I'm not a damage... I don't do a lot of damage output with this particular build. My vigor is low and none of my cards do really any extra damage. Basic Dunk actually does 1 damage, but we'll see if I even damage her because it's only 1 damage and she's got 2 resistance. So here we go. I'm going to reduce her by 3 here. Actually, I tell you what, she has +2, so I'm only going to get her down to 14. And then I do get to draw the 1 card. Lucky that it wasn't a flaw. Don't worry, that just means I'm going to have 2 flaws next turn. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and protect my deck. It's going to give me the 3 resistance, and it's also going to give me +1 here. That way I can just keep my HP at 5. Should I do some medicinal cocaine? No, I don't want 3 flaws. Kids, don't try medicinal cocaine. You will have flaws. Okay, Smart Drive here is going to be a no-brainer. And I'm going to reduce my opponent's resistance by half, which is 4. So down to 10. Okay, so I've really done 2 AP here, and I can't really add any more defense because I have to try to score, and I've got the dunk, which doesn't help with this. So I'm going to reduce my opponent's defense by my number of explosiveness, which is just 4. So I can reduce her 4 down. It's going to be 6. Still a decent turn. I got her down to a 6, and then my defense is slightly bolstered. I think I +1'd it. But that's it. I'm not going to be able to play much defense next turn, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and discard these, and I will roll and try to score. I'm going to need a 6. And it's a 7. Lucky 7. I'm going to go ahead and discard these. And then I'm going to roll for Kadera. Oh, and I do take 1 damage, it looks like. She had 4, I had 3 resistance. So I do actually take the 1 damage. I'm going to roll for her. She's got 11. So subtracting that from 15 is going to be 4. Alright. 4. Please be a 3 or less. It's a 1. Let's go. And I had 3. I knocked my score off of there. But I had 3. Actually, I had 4 because I just scored. Okay, so it's game point. We are going to reset her with this roll here. She's at 2 now, which still is threatening my life. Great. Not liking the idea of that. She's got 1. She's going to be doing +3 efficiency. Notice I'm not hurting her at all. She's trying to kill me, but I'm a nice guy. Alright, so I'm going to reset here to 14. My HP is direly low. I could potentially die if I don't protect my neck. Here we go. Of course, I'm throw. Draw 7 or more cards. Draw 7 more cards if this card is in your hand. Well, here goes 7 cards. I guess at least I can protect my neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's all 7 cards. Hopefully we can see all those on the camera. All 7. I'm going to cover up bloated because I don't want to use it. And I can mark that I've used this card 1 time. If I draw it 2 more times, I can sober up, apparently. And we're going to say I'm not going to use probably this, so I'm going to cover it up a little bit with Smart Floater. Now, Smart Defense I definitely want to do. I'm going to add half my intelligence 4 to my, not her defense rating, my defense rating. So I'm up to an 18. That's already looking great for me defense-wise. I'm also going to protect my neck so I don't die. That hopefully stays, but then I've got the 3 here. +1 here from this card here, and that's 1 of my AP. I don't really have any other options here, except I could burn Bloated or one of these. So, definitely not going to burn Bloated because I would like to score and win. Hopefully this will win me the game. +1 in my defense here, up to 20. I'm going to need that defense. She's got the efficiency up. And then I'm going to reduce her with my intellect. That's going to be 7. But it's going to be +1 because that is a floater. And you can see that icon is pretty much the same thing as the floater guy. So it lets you know floaters, layups. This is the layup. Either one of those would be good ones. But this one's obviously my strongest. I like to use it as much as I can. And so that's going to be 8. So here we go. Reduce her by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's only down to a 7. If I would have had like crossover or something nice, I'd probably guarantee a score, but I've got to roll a 7 just to score. At least I won't die. I do have that resistance on. So I can live to fight another round of actual hoops carnage. It's a 1. I definitely don't score. That was a 1. So I just bricked a smart floater. We're going to discard all of these. Okay, just gonna go ahead and shuffle these right now so I don't forget. And then we're gonna roll for Kadera, see if she gets on the board, gets her second point. So we're gonna keep shuffling these real good. Okay. Before I reset anything, I gotta roll for her. She's got +3 efficiency. Oh my goodness. So that's 14. 20 minus 14 is 6. I'm doing great math here. Doing great math. Okay, so a 6 or more and she scores. It's a 3. Heck yeah. Okay, so just a 3. We're gonna see what she's doing here now. 2. Great. Still trying to kill me. Alright. Reset here. Reset here, here, here. Alright. Game point still. I can still win here. I'm going to draw my 5 cards. So that's good. Smart defense, that's good. Attack your neck, that's great. Fitness life, that's great. Okay. And Bloated. Don't care about Bloated. So I'm going to just go ahead and discard it already. I'm not going to burn it now. I'm trying to score here. It's hard to score when you're bloated. Alright, smart defense. Half, that's 4. 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, no. I'm adjusting her. This is adding this to me. 4. 18 now. I can play some good defense now. I'm going to do a crossover. Hopefully I don't get throwed. So, reduce opponents by 3. 2, 3. She's down to 12. I gotta protect. I also draw a card with crossover. Get back on D. I must protect my neck. Health stays, but I get only 1 damage here. And then I get a +1 here, so I'm up to 19. 0, 1, 2. Time to do a finesse layup and end my turn. No more defense to be played. I gotta do that finesse layup here. So that's going to be my agility. 5 +1 with this perk. So 6. So she's at 12. She's gonna go down to 6. And if I roll a 6 or higher, I can win. And I roll a 6. Let's go. So that's game. I just was on 4 and I knocked it off there again. So that's 5. I win. She does not get to even try to score. I have already defeated her. So good game. No hard feelings because she still has full health. I didn't even hurt her at all. I'm almost dead. But winner gets the spoils. So.
Okay, y'all, as you can see, I've just won the game by getting to 5 before my opponent got to 5. You will see in the original rulebook that I have in my original prototype rulebook, the game was originally intended to be played to 7, and I obviously didn't do that here, so I'm just clarifying right now. And I don't really go into the process about the rules of leveling up like at all, so I'm going to get into that right now real quick, because this video is kind of transitioning into what happens after the match and what happens when you level up. So we're going to get into that right after I'm done talking here. But if you want any more information about like the stat systems and some of the other stuff that go into creating a character, definitely check out my devlog videos, and there's going to be a link to them at the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the level up process. Here we go.
Since I win, I'm going to just discard all of my cards and do a little mini shuffle here, just so I can shuffle my next card in. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look here, and I can see that when you beat Kadera, you get 40 credits. So I'm going to take my 40. Here's my 40 credits here. Now I'm up to 60 credits. I'm also going to, I could take an item instead of 40 credits. I'm actually going to take the item instead of 40 credits. So I'm going to return those 40 credits, and I'm going to take it. So that's 40 credits slash a box right there, and that box means an item. So it's a random item, so you're taking a risk. It could be something like a milkshake worth only 10, but I'm going to take that risk because this is why you take risks, children. This is why. You get the reinforced headband, which is one of the best items in the game. It's going to give me +1 damage resistance every turn and +2 defensive rating every turn. So that's going to get me to a whopping default 16 defensive rating, and at least I'm taking 1 damage off. So I would have had very few damage from her last round. In addition to that, that was really lucky right there. A really lucky get. I can also level up here to level 4, and what I can do is take a. Am I level 4 or am I level 3? Yeah, I'm level 4. You start at level 1. So I'm at level 4. What I get to do is, I'm going to shuffle these. I think I've already shuffled them, but just in case. These are the extra cards, not my deck here. But I'm going to add to my deck with one of these. So I can pull 3 of these. And I can choose one of them. I really love the 0-cost cards. They're really nice. But Sick Dunk is for crazy people who like to do damage. And Quick Dunk is... it's going to help them not shoot good. And it's going to use your explosiveness, which I don't really invest in my explosiveness with this particular build. Same here. This is a great card. It does a lot of damage and it does a lot of explosiveness. But I don't have either one of those. So I'm definitely not going to go with that. I'm going to go with Hesitation Dribble. Reduce your opponent's defense by your rhythm -4. So that's only 2 rhythm. But then you get to draw a card and it's for free. So you're just docking rhythm for free and getting an extra card for free. So that's definitely more my speed. I'm going to shuffle that into here. Maybe I can afford to get rid of my bloated card with all these 0-cost cards floating through my deck here. So when I'm done with these, I'm going to actually take these and shuffle them back in. So there's actually a chance I could come across them again because I'm shuffling it. They're not going to be at the bottom. And I can look through the perks and see what perk I want to add. I've got a perk here already, a perk here. Some of the ones I wanted, I put up towards the top. So let's look at these. We've got Intellect 5, Efficiency 5, Rhythm 5. So I could get Fundamentals first. All skill cards lower your opponent's defensive rating by an extra 1 point. So anytime I would do a crossover or the Hesitation Dribble I just added to my deck, I would reduce the opponent's defensive rating even further. And then Maestro is really good. It's after turn 4, gain 1 rhythm. After turn 8, gain another rhythm. I'm gonna have to probably change that because I like to win by turn 8. If you win by turn 8, that means you scored almost every time. So yeah, I want the matches to be shorter than that, so I'm probably gonna go with that one. Microwave Scorer. All jump shot cards now cost 0 AP. I don't have 8 efficiency or 6 explosiveness. How about slippery? Level 2, agility 7. I don't have agility 7. Level 3, toughness 5. I don't have toughness 5. Agility 5, which I do have. Zord reflexes. If your opponent rolls the lowest possible number in their scoring window, they still miss their shot. Shot creator might be decent. All jump shot cards used after a skill move gain +1 efficiency. I don't have the explosiveness to be a shot creator. Let's see. These are all harder to get. Or these ones, for example, are... I guess this one's viable, but this one's not viable yet. This one only has to do with encounters. So yeah, I'm going to set these to the side. I'm going to probably go with... Although I love the idea of Maestro, I'm going to go with fundamentals first. And that's going to give me some really good offense. I also get to add 1 point into my stats here. So I could go with 8 on intellect. That would make me really good on defense because of this. I could also raise my agility or my explosiveness because some of these required some explosiveness. Shot creator. I don't need shot creator really. Let's see. Well, we could look through the perks and see if there's any requirements I'm just shy of. If I want some perks later on, level 3, toughness 5. I can do toughness 5. Defensive rating. Oh, I don't need that. I've got the opposite of that. Microwave score, combat instincts, level 4, agility 6. At the end of each turn, gain +2 resistance. That's pretty good. 4, cool 7, AP is oh wow. I should honestly be taking this perk. Now that I'm level 4 and I've got cool 7, I really should be taking this perk. So that's a no-brainer. I'm gonna keep fundamentals first on top of the stack so I can gain that towards the end of the game. But now I can AP is conserved between turns is crazy. Because with my particular deck, I got all these dang, bloateds and stuff. I've got all these 0 cost cards. I may find myself in a situation similar to what I had a few times last round, where I was in a situation where I had a leftover 1 action point, so it would just carry over to my next turn and I would have the bonus point because of this right here. AP is conserved between turns. I'm level 4 and I'm cool 7. That's awesome. I've never had this perk in any of my playthroughs because I'm usually not a cool 7. It's this is my first investment in cool past like a 6. So that's pretty cool. But also, it's been a tough road. I did have to die once to get all the way to Gadara. So here we are. Now what I would do in this next situation is I would move all these off of here. And I would move on to the next opponent. And that would actually be Doug Maximum. So we will save Doug Maximum here for another video. But this has been Streetball Quest, playing with my high intelligence and high cool build. And I never did choose my next stat. What should I go with? I kind of want to just go all in with cool. I guess the intellect is going to be crazy to get me. We're going to kick that up to 8. We're going to get the intellect to 8 and just be absolutely nasty on offense and defense. I'm very killable. I've only got 4 HP. I'm very killable, but now I'm really nice on. I got that default 8 plus 8 is 16, and then I got that +2. I get that default 18 defensive resistance off of just pure smarts and instincts. That's crazy. So yeah, this has been Streetball Quest, a level 3 to level 4 progression. I'm also up to level 4 here, or maybe level 3 with rep. You didn't see me gain any infamy. You did see me do some encounters. I will have to do 2 more encounters minimum to face Doug Maximum. Minimum to face maximum. See that? And then that's how the game works. And that is a playthrough of a certain scenario here. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to leave any comments that you have about certain builds, certain cards, that type of thing. I will definitely answer, and be staying tuned to my channel for the devlogs. I'm going to have an art devlog coming up. You may have already seen it based on whenever this video comes out, but there's several more devlogs on the way. There's probably going to be like 8 to 10 total. So be looking out for that. Follow me on Twitter. Feel free to tweet anything at me if you have any questions about Streetball Quest or basketball or RPGs and the synergy of the two. Okay, that's what I like to talk about. Now, thank you again, and have a great day or whatever.
Moved on and I'm still alive. Hop in the whip on a 35. I might do this till I'm 45. They couldn't tell that I'm in my prime. Oh my, hold up, wait. I had to go and I'm on my way. I couldn't do it another day. I gotta find out.